far be it from me, even when I go home now, I got gay and lesbian friends and what have you. We're tight from childhood. So I can't see myself acting any different, you know, or because I know the Lord now, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to treat them different. My theology is based on what I've seen in life, what I've experienced. So when other pastors can't understand, you haven't been where I've been, you haven't seen what I've seen. I was the one that was appointed. They wanted to be the chaplain. I've been a chaplain ever since, almost 27 years now. I'm one of the same prisons I served time in. And first, it was the prison. Then I went to a little church and took that charge, and they called me again and said, we got a bigger church for you. And I went there and pastored that church almost 5.5 years. And while I was there, I'm bringing in people out of prison, out of treatment centers, black, white, regardless of what their sexual orientation was. And as I would bring them in the front door, they would run them out the back door. And so finally, the Lord put a burden on my heart to start a multi-ethnic inner-city ministry that would meet the needs of all people, where people would come and not feel intimidated or fearful about what they may hear from the pulpit, the put-downs and all that. And I was moved, but first I looked at the congregation I had. I had a flourishing congregation, flourishing choir. And I said no to God. I said, no, that's not what you want me to do. I said, you see this congregation here? You see this choir and you want me to start something? No. That's what the folk think. And it took all this time to be accepted in the church. The bishop knows my name. I'm a speaker for the conference. I'm on the board of evangelism. No, God is not wanting me to do nothing like that. But finally the burden got so heavy. I finally yielded, and I told my wife, came home one day, I said, it's getting ready to be a famine in the household. I said, won't be any salary. I said, it won't be going to restaurants after church on Sunday. I've got to be obedient to the Lord. And I just got to move with God. The Lord is wanting, the burden is so heavy. And I was tired of seeing folks that I would bring in from the streets or different sexual orientation. And they would run out or be hurt for something somebody had said. And even going into that church myself, I can remember the first Sunday I went, and my background was no secret. And I would hear choir members, what this church coming to next? Ex-prisoners in the pulpit, ashamed for God.
There were stipulations in the traditional church. And when he presented this idea to me, as a church for all people, I thought it was great. This is what God intended for us to do. All people come together and worship, not just this group of people, people that you like or people of a certain status. I wanted to be free. I felt like, I needed to do something different. And I'm a social worker by trade, so I work with people, all types of people, so it just seemed natural to me. And I think everyone that comes through these doors does feel that love. I ask people, new people all the time, how do you feel coming to this church? And they say they feel love. They feel like they can come and be themselves, and they leave here getting that word, but also feeling that they're a part of this congregation.
The accepting of folks as to where they're at in life, regardless of who they are. I can do that effortlessly, because of where I've been and what I've seen. The teenagers, young gay teenagers, over 1,000 commit suicide every year. I'm concerned, I'm sensitive to the hurt that's been caused and the things are said. I don't care to hear it, and depends on where it's at. But certainly it can't be done here, and I'm very careful about who I have in my pulpit because of that kind of rhetoric being spewed and where they're at. Some of them will do it and thinking it's cute. I try to create a nurturing atmosphere where folk can grow regardless of where they come from, who they are. I first begin with my ministers. I have about 8 ministers. And I meet with them every other Sunday morning in lieu of Sunday school. I point them in directions where they can be better educated and informed when it comes to folks of a different sexual orientation. I include folk. I'm not a church that say, well, we love everybody, but don't include you. I train my ushers, you know, to be accepting, because I don't want people to get a wrong impression coming into this church here. When they've left here, they know that they've been accepted regardless of who they are.